Hello, good morning and welcome to the Competitive Edges Daily Current Affairs series. Today is 27th July 2026 morning. We are here to help aspirants of civil services, APPSC Group 1 and 2, UPSC, SSC, RRB, Bank PO exams, Police SI and Constables, Junior and Degree College lecturers. Let's dive straight into the news. Moving on to news related to national citizenship scrutiny in Assam. Decades of government-issued records in Assam are failing citizenship tests before Foreigners Tribunals and the Gauhati High Court due to clerical errors. Background: the National Register of Citizens and Foreigners Tribunals in Assam adjudicate upon disputed citizenship status under specialized legal frameworks. Key facts: issues involve spelling variations, age mismatches, and shifting residences. Cases are heavily contested before Foreigners Tribunals and the Gauhati High Court. Affects long-term residents along the Brahmaputra Valley region. Static GK: Gauhati High Court has jurisdiction over multiple northeastern states including Assam. Constitutional references: Article 5 to 11 of the Constitution of India deal with citizenship. High-powered task force on exam reforms. The Union government formed a high-powered task force led by Shri Nandan Nilekani to recommend leak-proof and technology-driven examination systems. Key facts: task force headed by Shri Nandan Nilekani. Members include former ISRO Chairman Shri Somanath and IIT Madras Director Shri Kamkoti. Shri Prahlad Joshi took charge as the Union Education Minister and chaired the review meeting. Static GK: ISRO stands for Indian Space Research Organization, headquartered in Bengaluru. Kaveri Water Dispute Management. Chief Minister Shri Vijay aims to hold direct talks with Karnataka to resolve ongoing water-sharing disagreements over the Kaveri River. Background: the Kaveri water dispute involves interstate sharing of river water among Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Puducherry. Key facts: focuses on direct bilateral dialogue between state leaderships. Addresses agricultural and drinking water demands in the basin. Static GK: the Kaveri River originates in Tal Kaveri in the western Ghats of Karnataka and empties into the Bay of Bengal. Constitutional references: Article 262 of the Constitution of India empowers Parliament to adjudicate interstate water disputes. Demand for E20 fuel rollout review. Participants at a Mumbai victory rally raised slogans calling for the resignation of Union Transport Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari over the E20 fuel rollout. Key facts: rally organized by Shiv Sena UBT and MNS in Mumbai. Targeted the Union Transport Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari. Focused public debate on the transition to E20 blended fuel. Move on medical robotics innovation. A memorandum of understanding was signed to boost innovation and research in medical robotics. Key facts: aims to enhance indigenous medical technology development. Focuses on surgical assistance and automated healthcare solutions. Shadow Economic Survey by PMK. The Pattali Makkal Kachi released a shadow economic survey for the second consecutive year, highlighting state revenue shortfalls. Key facts: projected state's own tax revenue was 2,20,895 crore rupees. Actual revenue mobilized stood at 1,92,493.07 crore rupees. Recorded a tax revenue shortfall of 13%. Rejection of metro rail proposals for Coimbatore and Madurai. Manithneya Makkal Kachi condemned the central government for rejecting metro rail project proposals for Coimbatore and Madurai. Key facts: proposals rejected for Coimbatore and Madurai cities. Triggered political criticism from regional parties. Changemaker 2026 award to Dr. Satish Reddy. Former Defence Research and Development Organisation Chairman Dr. G. Satish Reddy was honoured with the prestigious Changemaker 2026 award. Key facts: awardee Dr. G. Satish Reddy. Title: Changemaker 2026 award. Former role: Chairman of Defence Research and Development Organisation. Static GK Defence Research and Development Organisation is headquartered in New Delhi and functions under the Ministry of Defence. Demand for Uniform National Population Policy. The Rashtra Sevika Samiti passed a resolution seeking a uniform national population policy due to concerns over population imbalance. Key facts: passed by Rashtra Sevika Samiti, Women's Wing of RSS. Expressed concerns over demographic shifts and community ratios. Static GK Rashtra Sevika Samiti is a women's voluntary organization founded in 1936 in Wardha, Maharashtra. Great Indian Bustard Rewilding in Jaisalmer. 3 great Indian bustard chicks were placed in a rewilding tunnel in Jaisalmer to prepare captive-bred birds for survival in the wild. Key facts: facility cost 9.25 crore rupees. Location: Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Target species: Great Indian Bustard, critically endangered. Static GK The Great Indian Bustard is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List and is India's heaviest flying bird. Kargil Vijay Divas. Kargil Vijay Divas was celebrated in Belgavi to commemorate India's victory in the 1999 Kargil War. Background: the Kargil War was fought between India and Pakistan in the Kargil district of Jammu and Kashmir along the line of control in May and July 1999. Key facts: celebrated annually on 26th July. Commemorates Operation Vijay. Belgavi is located in the state of Karnataka. Static GK Kargil district is situated in the Union Territory of Ladakh. Diagnosis and treatment of anemia. Experts stressed the need for early diagnosis and identifying underlying causes of anemia rather than relying solely on iron supplementation. Key facts: anemia has multiple underlying causes beyond simple iron deficiency. Accurate diagnosis is critical for effective treatment. Public health focus remains on reducing nutritional deficiencies across India. Nandan Nilekani leads Exam Reforms Task Force. Shri Nandan Nilekani was appointed to head Shri Narendra Modi's Task Force on Exam Reforms. Background: Shri Nandan Nilekani previously served as the founding chairman of the Unique Identification Authority of India with the rank of a cabinet minister. Key facts: appointed to head the task force on exam reforms by Shri Narendra Modi. Former founding chairman of the Unique Identification Authority of India. Held the rank of a cabinet minister during his tenure at the Unique Identification Authority of India. Static GK Unique Identification Authority of India is a statutory authority established under the Aadhaar Act 2016. Facial recognition technology at protests. Student organizations and digital rights advocates raised privacy concerns regarding the deployment of facial recognition systems at a public demonstration. Key facts: facial recognition systems deployed at a public protest triggered a major privacy row among student bodies and digital rights advocates. Highlights ongoing debates over surveillance and fundamental right to privacy in India. Constitutional references. Article 21 of the Constitution of India guarantees the right to privacy as a fundamental right. Government school enrollment in Mancherial. Mancherial topped Telangana in government school student enrollment, achieving 95.72% of its target. Key facts: Mancherial district achieved 95.72% of its target for government school enrollment. Over 3,300 students shifted from private to government schools. Reflects growing preference for state-run educational infrastructure. Telangana Smart Ration Cards Distribution. The government of Telangana announced the distribution of 1.05 crore smart ration cards to beneficiaries starting in August. Key facts: total smart ration cards to be distributed, 1.05 crore. Rollout scheduled for August. Cards are compact and waterproof to streamline ration access and beneficiary data management. Agriculture Department Seed Melas. The Agriculture Department organized seed melas across mandals to distribute alternative crop seeds for coping with rainfall deficit and drought conditions. Key facts: seed melas commenced across mandals, aimed at distributing alternative crop seeds to farmers. Designed to mitigate rainfall deficit and drought impacts. Schools reopen in South Bastar after 21 years. 37 schools in South Bastar, a former Maoist stronghold, have reopened after being closed for over 2 decades due to violence. Key facts: number of schools reopened, 37. Region: South Bastar, Chhattisgarh. Duration of closure, 21 years. Administrative sanction for Adilabad Airfield. The state government granted administrative sanction including funding for critical enabling works for the Adilabad Airfield. Key facts: allocation, 2,278 crores rupees. Project Adilabad Airfield Development. State: Telangana. Proposal to lower minimum age for elections. Telangana Chief Minister Shri A. Revant Reddy pitched for lowering the minimum age for contesting Lok Sabha and Assembly elections to bring Gen Z into active politics. Key facts: proponent Shri A. Revant Reddy, Chief Minister of Telangana. Target: lower minimum age for Lok Sabha and Assembly elections. Cohort: Gen Z Constitutional References. Article 84(b) of the Constitution of India, Qualification for Membership of Parliament. Article 173(b) of the Constitution of India, Qualification for Membership of State Legislature. ISRO releases NISAR S-band SAR data. The Indian Space Research Organisation has opened public access to NISAR S-band synthetic aperture radar data for research and monitoring. Background: NISAR is a joint project between the National Aeronautics and Space Administration and the Indian Space Research Organisation to observe and measure Earth's changing ecosystems. Key facts: releasing agency, Indian Space Research Organisation. Data released: NISAR S-band synthetic aperture radar data. Applications: disaster management, agriculture, environmental monitoring. Static GK, Indian Space Research Organisation Headquarters, Bangalore, Karnataka. Chairman DRS Somanath. Probe ordered after leopard killed in road accident. Telangana Forest Minister SMT Konda Surikha ordered an inquiry into a leopard's death in Medak and directed enhanced highway wildlife safety measures. Key facts: official, SMT Konda Surikha, Forest Minister. Incident location: Medak District, Telangana. Cause of death: road accident. Digital health screening launched for madrasa students. A digital health screening program was launched for students in madrasas, designed as a scalable model for other educational institutions. Key facts: target beneficiaries, madrasa students. Core intervention: digital health screening. Objective: to serve as a scalable model for other educational institutions. Tughlaq dynasty coins found in Warangal. The discovery of coins bearing the inscription by Sultanpur historically confirms Warangal's renamed status during the Tughlaq era. Background: during the medieval period, the Tughlaq rulers temporarily renamed cities to assert administrative and political control over newly conquered territories in the Deccan region. Key facts: coins featured the inscription by Sultanpur. Minting was used by Tughlaq rulers as a tool to assert authority in Warangal. The findings provide numismatic evidence of medieval administrative shifts in Telangana. Static GK: Warangal was the capital of the Kakatiya dynasty before being annexed by the Delhi Sultanate. Telangana RERA Appellate Tribunal protects home buyers. The Telangana RERA Appellate Tribunal ruled that home buyers maintain their status as allottees until developers complete agreed financial refunds. Background: the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act was enacted to protect home buyers and bring transparency in the real estate sector. Key facts: home buyers retain allottee rights until full refunds are fulfilled by developers. The ruling reinforces consumer protection mechanisms under the RERA framework. Addressed legal ambiguities regarding the termination of builder-buyer agreements. Constitutional references, enacted under the concurrent list of the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. New task force formed to overhaul national exam system. Shri Narendra Modi's government formed a new task force headed by Shri Nandan Nilekani to reform and overhaul the national examination system. Background: the initiative aims to eliminate systemic vulnerabilities, paper leaks, and inefficiencies plaguing large-scale public examinations in India. Key facts: task force is led by Shri Nandan Nilekani. Objective is to restructure and secure the national examination mechanism. Focuses on integrating technology-driven solutions for transparent test administration. First time Great Indian Bustard Chicks released in Jaisalmer. 3 Great Indian Bustard Chicks were released into a rebuilding tunnel in Jaisalmer for the first time, marking a conservation milestone. Background: the Great Indian Bustard is one of the most critically endangered bird species in the world, primarily found in the Indian subcontinent. Key facts: location: Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Number of chicks released: 3. Milestone: shift from captive breeding to successful reintroduction into natural habitat. Static GK: the Great Indian Bustard is designated as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and is protected under Schedule I of the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. Moving on to news related to international. US H-1B visa and separation of powers. Recent legal scrutiny over executive tax levies highlighted the U.S. constitutional principle of separation of powers between the executive and the legislature. Background: under the United States Constitution, solely the legislature, Congress, is empowered to impose a new tax. Key facts: the U.S. Constitution vests taxing powers exclusively in the legislature, Congress. Executive imposition of levies without legislative sanction violates separation of powers. Involves discussions surrounding H-1B visa norms and international tech mobility. De-escalation between US and Iran. US media reported a halt in attacks between the United States and Iran, influenced by concerns over missile defense stocks and escalation risks. Key facts, key actors, United States and Iran. Reason cited, concerns over missile defense, stocks and escalation risks. Mirabai Chanu wins gold in Commonwealth Games 2026. Weightlifter SMT, Saikhom Mirabai Chanu won India's first gold medal at the Commonwealth Games 2026 by setting multiple records. Key facts, lifted 85 kg in the snatch section, setting a Commonwealth and Games record. Lifted 105 kg in the clean and jerk section for a Games record. Achieved a total weight of 190 kg to secure the gold medal. Moving on to news related to state, Andhra Pradesh. Real-Time Governance Society AI Platform for Urban Floods. The Real-Time Governance Society in Andhra Pradesh unveiled an artificial intelligence platform to predict urban floods before they strike. Key facts, combines artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, satellite-based terrain mapping, and hydrological modeling. Provides accurate flood forecasts and real-time warnings. Developed under the Real-Time Governance Society. Kondakrila Award declared Conservation Reserve. Shri Pawan Kalyan directed officials to speed up wetland conservation, paving the way for Kondakrila Award to be declared a conservation reserve. Background, conservation reserves in India are designated under the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972, typically acting as buffer zones between established national parks, sanctuaries, and private lands. Key facts, Kondakrila Award designated as a conservation reserve. Initiative stayed by Shri Pawan Kalyan. To be protected under the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. Constitutional references, protected under the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. Survey in Tirupati identifies uncollectible voters. The door-to-door verification concluded, and the ECI released official figures identifying uncollectible voters in Tirupati. Key facts, total uncollectible voters identified, 2.88 lakh. Location, Tirupati. Process involved, door-to-door verification. Climate resilient farming advised due to El Nino. Andhra Pradesh BJP President PVN Madhav urged farmers to adopt climate resilient crops and water efficient practices to combat potential super El Nino impacts. Key facts, official, Shri PVN Madhav, Andhra Pradesh BJP President. Primary concern, super El Nino. Recommended measure, climate resilient and water efficient farming. Swayam model for self-help group women entrepreneurs. A proposal was made to introduce the Swayam model for self-help group women entrepreneurs on a pilot basis in specific districts of Andhra Pradesh. Key facts, initial pilot districts, Nellore, Guntur, and Parvathipuram Manyam. Target group, self-help group women entrepreneurs. Initiative Swayam model. This is all for now. Let us meet again in the next session of Current Affairs. Until then, test your knowledge by attempting quizzes. If our resources are useful to you and think may benefit your friends, well-wishers and neighborhood, share the links to them. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss latest updates. Also coming soon on our channel, General Studies series, Arithmetic and Mental Ability series, and Verbal and Nonverbal Reasoning. Stay tuned.